Good day, world. Welcome to another episode of Talking Dog It with the Dog God, where I discuss topics good, bad, or indifferent when it comes to things concerning the dog game. And today, I want to talk about this controversy that we have in the Pitbull world, right? Of the blue dogs, the blue dog controversy. And if there's a such thing as a blue Pitbull or not. Okay? So there's some old school game Pitbull guys and some Pitbull enthusiasts that like to judge a bulldog or a Pitbull by its color. And, you know, if we want to speak on a Merle Pitbull, you know, we can already disqualify that, right? We can disqualify a Merle Pitbull because that's something that, you know, we haven't seen back in the day, and even though you're seeing crazy things now, that wasn't something that you saw back in the day. So we're gonna go ahead and disqualify the Merle color, right? However, colors in general, pit bulls come in all colors, all shapes, all sizes, different family of bloods, different genetic mixes. We know that. You know, we know the original came from, you know, Scotland and that area over there, okay, came to America. And then, of course, here in America, you know, I'm sure dogmen of the past, which we know, you know, we've heard some stories that, you know, they put certain dogs in their genetic recipes to increase performance. And they weren't telling people about those dogs. And certain dogs carry certain genes. And when we talk about colors, that's a gene, a color gene, right? So for a person to say there's no such thing as a blue pit bull, if you know anything about genetics, and, you know, nowadays you can find out, you know, your dog's color codes and all that stuff nowadays, you know, with technology. One thing about colors is that the main color is black. You already know, right? That's the main color, and everything derives off the black. And really, it's just a shade or a dilute, right, of the black. And pit bulls come, you know, black, pied. I've seen some white ones, you know, buckskins, reds, yellows, brindles. I've even seen some black and tans, you know, and I've seen some blues. Now, with the blue color code, okay, if you get your dogs, you know, color tested, it's called a dilute gene to the black. So in reality, for example, you might have two black dogs that you bring, you know, that you breed together, and they both might have the dilute gene, okay, in their genetics. And guess what? You have a litter of black and blues, right? Both of them bulldogs, okay? Both of them bulldogs. Let's say if they were in the pit, both of them were black fighting pit bulls. You know what I mean? But the color genetic code that was in them both had the dilute gene in there, which produced an off-shade black, which is what we would call a gray or a blue. So when people want to say no such thing as a blue pit bull, well, we're gonna have to beg to differ on that. The first reason why we'll beg to differ is because none of us knows about all the bulldogs ever created, all the pit bulls ever created. There's nobody here on this planet can say that they've seen every pit bull created. None. Not the originals, not the ones that we love and adore. Let's say if you know some of these game bred bloodlines, you know, come on, man. We can't say that we've seen every dog, and you'd be a fool to say that. So to say that there's no such thing, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Especially if I showed you 2 black dogs. Let's say before these, before we have the DNA where we can test for color codes and all that stuff, right? Let's say I showed you 2 black dogs. That was hell of a bulldog. Both of them were hell of a bulldogs, male and female, man. Just real bulldogs. Match the phenotype and genotype. Match the drive that we love in our bulldogs, all that tenacity, the gameness for us game dog lovers, right? 2 black dogs, and you bred them, and you happen to get a blue dog. What you gonna say? What would you say then? Oh man, no, that's a blue dog. Oh, that's not a pit bull. What? What? You see how ignorant that sounds? Because it came out a lighter shade black, which is a blue or gray, dilute. That's what they call it. Genetically, it's called a dilute gene, okay, which is really just a black. You know what I'm saying? That's diluted. That's all it is. Still the same dog. Still came from 2 black dogs. You see what I'm saying? Now, there's a lot of blue bullies out there. We understand that, okay? And you could definitely tell by the phenotype, which is what it looks like, okay, what it acts like. You could tell that that's not a pit bull by these bullies. We know that they added this and that and the third to them bullies, Mastiff, Neapolitan Mastiff, all kind of Mastiffs is all American Bulldogs, all kind of, so we know they done did it with these Merles, Catahoula, and all. Come on. We know they done mixed and matched. So visually, if something don't fit the standard, right, of what a pit bull should look like, it's not a pit bull, right? We can just visually say that. But if I take a blue pit bull that's a diluted gray and sit it next to a black one, okay, that is a pit bull but is black, and I tell you that these 2 dogs are litter mates, come from the same litter, okay, got the same parents, 2 black parents, but one came out black, one came out blue. You still gonna disqualify that one because it's blue? Come on, man. Come on, you guys. Okay? In this dog game, we can't be closed-minded, especially when it comes to genetics. You can't be closed-minded, and we know for a fact. If you don't know this for a fact, you better wake up. We know for a fact that some of these OG dogmans was mixing whatever they chose to mix up in there, whatever they was doing, whatever breed they was mixing, maybe different family of dogs. Everybody has some type of special sauce, man. Back in the day when it was about performance, we know that. We know this. Okay, so there's how your colors could derive. Your dilute gene could hop up in there, right? Can creep in there because of these different special sauces that we were throwing in there, right? Because every family of dog had their own recipe for the most part, okay? That's why they're families of dogs, right? That's why they got different characteristics, genetic attributes, all right? Excuse the background. This is life of the dog, man. I got little dogs over there trying to get my attention, puppies over there trying to get my attention. You know how it goes. But I just wanted to tackle this subject because it's ignorant, especially now that we got genetics and stuff like that, as far as DNA that we can test and see what genes are in our dogs. It's just, pretty ignorant to think that a bulldog is determined by its color. A pit bull is determined by its color. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Because I done seen them in damn near every shade of color. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And like I said, we disqualifying the Merle. We not playing that Merle game. You feel me? But I done seen them black, blue, red, brindle, yellow, buckskin, red buckskin, pied. I mean, come on, you guys. We done seen all variations of the damn dog, damn near. So, in closing, if a dog matches his phenotype, genotype, right, of the standard, whatever that standard is, if it matches the phenotype and genotype of that standard of dog, which we're talking about the American Pit Bull Terrier, looks like it, acts like it, is like it, but it happens to be diluted black, which they call blue, by the way, okay? then a spade is a spade based off of the standard phenotype and genotype. That's how simple we call it, man. If we set it next to another pit bull that happens to be the colors y'all think all pit bulls are supposed to be, and it matches it, phenotype, genotype, just with a diluted gene in it, which is the blue, diluted black, then it's a pit bull, man. Okay, that is a pit bull. It matches the phenotype, genotype. That's how we should be judging these dogs, off of the phenotype and genotype of the standard. Okay, and if it's a bulldog, then it has to prove itself, right? You know what I'm saying? That's performance based, man. But the color, come on, y'all. So hopefully I was able to clarify that. You know what I'm saying? We do know the difference between blue bullies, okay, because they don't match the genotype and phenotype in the standard of American Pit Bull, okay? But there really are blue or diluted black pit bulls, and they've been all through history too. Don't play yourself to think that there wasn't no blue game dogs all through history, buddy. Don't play yourself if you really think that, okay? Because if you might not have seen it in your little arena, your little small circle, but this world is pretty big, man. And there's a lot of people all over the world that have these pit bulls all over the world. So we can never say that there's never been and there's no such thing. So, you know, I just had to elaborate on that there, you know what I'm saying? And that's not an opinion, okay? Now that we got genetics, you can see it, man. It's just a gene, it's a color gene, man. You know, it's just called a dilute. It happens, man. When you're breeding different dogs together, different families of dogs together, that happens. You get what they call a dilute gene, which will take a black and make it lighter, which would be a gray seal color. Some might call it a seal. Then it might turn gray, then what we call blue today, okay? So just match the phenotype, genotype. If you want to know what's a real pit bull or not, match it to the standard. Phenotype, genotype, match it. If it matches that standard, whether it's brindle, black, black and tan, red, white, whatever, pied, if it matches the standard phenotype and genotype, a spade is a spade. Call it a bulldog, man. You know what I mean? That's a pit bull. You know what I'm saying? If it don't match the standard phenotype, genotype, if it don't match that standard phenotype, genotype, look that up. Look up what that means. If it don't match that standard, okay, if you can visually see that, then you know what? A spade is a spade, man. That ain't no pit bull, man. That's a bully. That's a bully. So, you know, that's it for today. Just wanted to, you know, talk about that subject there. You know what I'm saying? Please like and subscribe to my channel. You know, like I said, this is talking dog shit with the dog god. And, you know, go watch my Life of the Dog God too. You know, I have topics that I discuss on there, and you know, I put in work, man. You see a dog, man, put in work, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, much love and respect, world. Appreciate y'all's time. Got DNA, we do. Bully gods.